Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, going to be talking through a couple player props I like on Prizepicks for today's MLB slate on Tuesday, June the 4th. We have a full slate of MLB games today, 15 games, so going to be plenty of props to choose from, guys. I got two early player props that I do like for this Tuesday slate. Taking a first look at the board on Tuesday morning. So we're going to talk through these two plays. We're going to share why I like them. As always, though, before we do get started breaking down the plays, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, if they do help you out, make sure to hit that like button down below, hit that subscribe button if you have not yet, and if you guys are new to Prizepicks, and if you don't have an account on Prizepicks, you can sign up, use promo code NOAH, you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code. And right now, do want to say Prizepicks does have a free square available for Game 1 of the NBA Finals, which starts on Thursday. Jason Tatum's points prop is set at 0.5. This is a free pick. Prizepicks is giving you take Tatum to have more than 0.5 points, and then pair that with any play or plays that you like from whatever sport. It doesn't have to be NBA. It can be MLB. It can be any other sport. But this is a promo Prizepicks is running. You definitely want to take advantage of these promos. Anytime these sites offer free squares, discounts, you want to be taking advantage of that. So again, if you don't have an account on Prizepicks, this is just another incentive to sign up right now. And if you use that promo code NOAH when you sign up, you will get your first deposit matched up to $100. And also, we do have a partnership with Sleeper. You guys can check out Sleeper, linked down below in the description. Or again, just use that promo code NOAH over on Sleeper, and you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. Now, if you don't know what Sleeper is, they are a DFS pick'em app similar to Prizepicks, where you pick over or under on player projections. You build out an entry. You can make up to an 8-pick entry on Sleeper. You can win up to 100x your money. If you guys, again, do want to check out Sleeper, use that promo code NOAH. When you sign up, you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. But let's go ahead and talk through the picks I'm liking for this Tuesday slate. Now, I do want to recap the two plays that we gave out in Monday's video before we talk through today's plays. So Monday, not a good day, man. Unfortunately, both the plays we gave out Monday did not hit. We took Andrew Abbott for less than 5 strikeouts. Abbott had 5 strikeouts going into the 6th inning. He had thrown like 85 pitches. So I thought there was a chance that maybe he would be done and we would at least get a push there. But Abbott came back out for the 6th inning and, of course, got a strikeout. Literally the first batter he faced in the 6th inning, he struck out and he finished with 6 strikeouts. And then we took Matt Waldron over 4.5 strikeouts. We really liked that play. Waldron just wasn't really able to get many strikeouts. I mean, through 4 innings, he had like 2 Ks. And then in the 5th inning, I want to say he got 2 strikeouts in the 5th inning. So he had, or maybe it was the 6th inning, but he had 4 strikeouts after 6 innings, I think. They actually let him start the 7th inning. He pitched the 7th inning, faced one batter, got him out, but didn't strike him out, and then they pulled him after that. So that was a tough one to lose, man. I mean, we lost both plays by 1. Needed 1K from 1K from Waldron, needed 1 less K from Abbott, and neither one goes our way. Abbott goes back out there, gets a K. Waldron goes back out there in the 7th inning and doesn't get a K. So that's just my luck right now, I guess. But we'll move on to Tuesday, guys. Hopefully we can bounce back here. Got 2 plays I do like for this Tuesday slate. Let's go ahead and talk through them. So we're going to be looking at some pitcher fantasy scores for today. I've said this before, but for those of you that don't play on Prizepicks often or you don't do MLB or whatever, there's a scoring chart right here on Prizepicks. You just click that. You can see how fantasy score is calculated. You can see how it's calculated for hitters and how it's calculated for pitchers. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. So the first pitcher fantasy score that I'm liking is Jesus Luzardo, more than 28.5 pitcher fantasy score. And let's talk through this prop on Luzardo and why I like this one. So Luzardo has been pitching really well lately. He's gone over this line in 4 out of his last 5 starts. And the start that he went under was a really tough matchup against the Padres. They're not great against left-handed pitching, but they don't really strike out. So it's hard to have a really good game, like a huge game against the Padres when they've been one of the toughest teams to strike out as a left-handed pitcher. So he only had 25 fantasy score in that start, but he had 45 against Milwaukee, 49 against the Mets, 35 against Philly, 34 against Chicago, against the Cubs. Like, these are not the easiest matchups for Luzardo. So Luzardo has been pitching really well lately. Now he gets a pretty good matchup against the Rays. If you look at the Rays this season against left-handed pitching, they've hit lefties decently. I mean, they've kind of been a league average offense against lefties. Like, if you look at where they rank in terms of WRC+, Tampa Bay ranks 16th in WRC+ versus left-handed pitching this season, which puts them right around league average. But this Tampa Bay team does strike out a lot against lefties. They have the 4th highest K rate, 25.2%. So they're striking out a bunch. And then if you actually look at their offensive numbers lately, so if you look at their offensive numbers over the last 14 days, they've been much worse against lefties. Tampa Bay ranks 24th in WRC plus versus left-handed pitching over the last 14 days, and they're still striking out a decent amount over that span. They're still striking out at a 21.4% clip, which does put them 13th highest. So this is a matchup that I think does present upside for Luzardo. He's pitching at home today. Luzardo is where he's pitched really well this season. If you look at Luzardo's ERA this season at home compared to on the road, 3.09 ERA at home, 6.48 on the road. So his ERA is pretty much double on the road this season. And even if you look at last season, Luzardo had a 2.99 ERA at home, 4.48 on the road. So last season and so far this season, Luzardo has pitched better at home. And it makes sense because Miami, their ballpark is a very pitcher-friendly ballpark. It's always been one of the more pitcher-friendly ballparks. So it makes sense for Luzardo to pitch well at home. I like this spot for him at home against a Rays team that has been struggling lately against left-handed pitching, will strike out a good amount. Luzardo been pitching well lately, been pitching deep into games too. He's gone at least 6 innings in 4 out of his last 5 games. So I think there's a good chance we could get a quality start here from Luzardo, because if he goes 6 innings, gives up 3 runs or less, that's a quality start. Now, projecting a win for him, I don't think we can project a win for him because I don't even think the Rays are favored in this game. I think the Rays are actually, I don't think the Marlins. Yeah, the Marlins aren't favored in this game. The Rays are actually slight favorites. It's pretty much a pick 'em. So I don't think we can project Luzardo to get a win here, but he doesn't need a win to go over this fantasy score. Like, he could go, if he goes 6 innings with 5 Ks and 2 earned runs, that's 31 fantasy score when you factor in quality start and everything like that. So like 6 innings, 5 Ks, 2 runs feels very doable for Luzardo here. I was looking at his pitching outs prop. That line is at 17. I don't mind taking the over on that either. We have seen Luzardo be able to pitch deeper into games lately. Again, he's gone 6 innings in 4 out of his last 5 starts. The one start he didn't go 6 innings. He went 5.2 innings, which was a push on this line. So I think this is even a pretty decent play, 17 pitching outs. But like I said, if Luzardo goes over this pitching outs line, if he goes 6 innings and he gets a quality start, then he's pretty likely to go over this fantasy score. Looking at his game log this season, in the 4 starts this season where he's gone 6 innings, he's had 46, 25, 49, and 34 fantasy scores. So, 3 out of the 4 starts. And then there was some starts like he only went 5.2 innings against Philadelphia, but he still had 35 fantasy score. Only went 5 innings against Pittsburgh, but still had 33 fantasy score. So, it's kind of pick your poison here. But I think my favorite play for Luzardo today is definitely more than 28.5 pitcher fantasy score. Really like the spot for Luzardo. Pitching well lately, pitching well at home this season, and now gets a matchup against a Rays team that's been striking out a lot against lefties. And offensively, as of late, they've been pretty poor as well. So, like that is our first prop for tonight. And then the other prop that I like is another pitcher fantasy score. And we're going to talk about Shota Imanaga. I think that's how you say his name. Shota Imanaga, more than 35.5 pitcher fantasy score. And let's talk through this prop while I'm liking this one. So, Imanaga gets a really good matchup here at home against the White Sox. The White Sox have been pretty much the worst team in the league against left-handed pitching this season. They have been a little bit better as of late, but if you look at their offensive numbers this season, just for the whole season against lefties, not only do they strike out a lot, 23.5% K rate, that's 8th highest in the league. Pretty much all their offensive metrics rank either dead last or second to last. They're 29th in average, so second to last in average. They're 29th in on-base percentage, second to last in slugging, second to last in OPS, and in terms of WRC plus, they're second to last in WRC plus. So the White Sox have been pretty much one of the worst teams in the league against left-handed pitching this season, and now they're going to have to face a really good left-handed pitcher and Imanaga, who's pitched really well this season. He did get blown up in his last start against the Brewers, gave up 7 runs, just was not a good start from him. You would expect him to bounce back here in a really, really good matchup against the White Sox, and I think this is a spot where Imanaga has a really good chance at a quality start and a pretty good chance at a win, because if we look at the odds for this game, the Cubs are huge favorites in this game. They are currently minus 295 moneyline favorites. They have a 5.8 implied run total, so Vegas is expecting a lot of runs from the Cubs tonight. On the other hand, the White Sox, they have just a 3.4 implied run total. Now, winds are going to be blowing out to left at Wrigley Field tonight, and anytime the winds are blowing out that's always going to benefit the batters because Wrigley Field is a very wind-sensitive ballpark. You can look up why it is. I think there's plenty of articles to tell why that is. But anytime winds are blowing out in Wrigley, it helps the batters. Anytime winds are blowing in, it helps the pitchers. Winds are going to be blowing out to left at around 10, 11 miles per hour tonight. So that definitely will help the batters some. But even with the winds blowing out, I mean, the White Sox still have just a 3.4 implied run total. So Vegas is still not expecting a lot of runs from the White Sox tonight. I think we can definitely get 6 innings from Imanaga here, get a quality start. I think there's plenty of strikeout upside available for him in this matchup. I mean, his K prop for today is set at 6.5, so the books are expecting him to get 6 to 7 Ks. And in terms of him giving up runs here, I mean, you wouldn't expect him to give up many runs against this White Sox team, that's been so poor this season against left-handed pitching. And like I said earlier, the Cubs are huge favorites in this game, so Imanaga should have a decent chance at getting a win. I think the only thing that I'm even remotely concerned about here for Imanaga is there is going to be some rain tonight in Chicago, but I was looking at Kevin Ross' report on Roto Grinders. I don't look at weather stuff. I'm not a meteorologist. I don't claim to be, so I let other people do the weather work for me, and I'll just read what they say. And currently Kevin Roth, he thinks that there's going to be some light rain before the game, but it should clear out before the game starts, and there will be storms coming in, but those are expected to come in after the game most likely. So I think there's a pretty good chance we're going to have a window here, where we avoid the rain. Obviously, if Imanaga's pitching well and then there's like a rain delay, I mean, we're going to be screwed. But I think it looks like there's going to be a pretty good chance we're going to have a window here to play where Imanaga should be able to get a full start in. And if by some chance rain does come in, it'll hopefully come in after the game, which is what, again, Kevin Roth is thinking. So if that's the case, I feel pretty good about taking this over on Imanaga. If you're worried about the weather, you could fade it if you want to, but I think I'm fine with it. I mean, right now it's looking like the rain's mostly going to come in after the game. So I do like this as our 2 props for tonight, guys. 2 pitcher fantasy scores. We're going to take Jesus Luzardo for more than 28.5 pitcher fantasy score and Shota Imanaga for more than 35.5 pitcher fantasy score. So hopefully you guys are, if you do tail today, hopefully we can win some money tonight. But as always, I do appreciate you guys watching these Prizepicks videos, supporting the Prizepicks content. Make sure to hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And again, if you guys don't have an account on Prizepicks, use that promo code NOAH when you do sign up to get your first deposit matched up to $100. But that's all I got for tonight, guys. Good luck on the slate. Let's win some money tonight, and I'll see you guys in the next video.